Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's doing well. Hi, Janie. It was a crazy weather day today. I don't know about you, but we had storms go through several times with some pretty hefty downpours while I was at work today. Hi, Linda. Some water. Get a sip of water. All right. Hope everyone's doing well. We'll wait just a couple of minutes. Hi, Linda Owen. Give everybody a minute or two to find us, and then we'll jump in. I have a pretty quick project for you tonight. This was actually something that someone requested. And I love when people give me ideas of things that they want to see. So this will be a fun one that you can recreate as well and use for gifts or other kinds of items you might have. I said we'll wait just a minute. Hi, Diana. If there is something that you would like to see me do, a fun fold, something of that nature, or a product you'd like me to use, put it in the comments and let me know, and I will do my best to try to accommodate that. I'm gonna wait one more minute. It seems to be dragging a little bit today. And that way, give everybody a chance to find us. It's crazy that today is July 15th. How are we halfway through the month already? It just seems like time is flying. I go to sleep and it's 2 days later when I wake up. I don't understand. But my husband's aunt told us shortly after we got married and had Shelby that we needed to hold on tight because time was going to start flying, and she was not kidding. She lived to be in her 90s, so I'm hoping we're just as lucky. My dad was 86. Can you do a fan card? We can sure try it. Yes, ma'am. I actually did one recently. That was a lot of fun. And so I will see what I can come up with, Miss Linda. Thank you for suggesting that. All right. I'm going to go ahead and jump in. It's 8:35. Of course, today is Tuesday, July 15th, 2025, here in DonnaStamps.com for our weekly Facebook group. Facebook Live, not Facebook group. But if you are not a member of the Creative Cove, you need to be. That is my private Facebook group for all of my customers and followers. And over there, I always put extra pictures and different things over there, all of the measurements for all the projects that I do. So there is a link up at the top under the featured section here on this page, and you can click that link and go over and join there. Okay, so as far as announcements, there's not too many, really. We had new online exclusives, of course, launch at the beginning of this month, along with 2 new kits. Tomorrow starts a 3-day virtual album retreat. It's the first one Stampin' Up! Has ever done. If you thought you wanted to get in on that and you didn't have an opportunity, you obviously can still register for it between now and midnight tonight. And even though your kit won't be here in time for you to start, everything is going to be recorded so that you'll be able to go back and watch all of the demonstrations. So you'll find all of that information here on this group, as well as over on my Stampin' Up! Page. And you can purchase that kit as well. It makes 24 pages, 12 2-page spreads. I actually got to see everything the other day. I did not order it. I started to, and I did not, simply because I just kind of forgot about it. But I wished I had, and I'm probably still going to, because I got to see it on Saturday at Card Buffet. And oh my gosh, everything is done for you, everything. There are 2 stamp sets that have actually 2 different sets of stamps within them. So it's almost like getting 4 stamp sets. There is all the sheet protectors. I mean, it is a wonderful deal for all that you get. And of course, like I said, you get a PDF plus all of the tutorials on everything and access to that. So if you want information, again, you'll find that here. Club Cove for the month of July, registration is open for that. You have until the 20th to let me know if you are interested in subscribing and or would like to get the one-time kit. If you are already a subscriber and you want to pause, you need to let me know that before the 20th so that I can go and mark that. It is $30 for local pickup, $38 if you need me to ship it. And I am not raising the price of my shipping. So the shipping will stay at $8 for right now, even though I think now it's $10.50. But you get anywhere between $22 and $25 worth of product in your pack. And you get everything you need to make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs. Now, this month, we are featuring the Notes and Totes bundle. I love this stamp set, but I love the dies even more. And here is a sample of one of the cards. This is not a card we're going to be making, but it gives you an idea of all of the fun little extra pieces. It makes this awesome little tote. And this tote can actually be made into a 3D little tote bag, so you could put candy, etc. in it. But it's got all these little embellishments. But again, you have until the 20th to sign up for that or make any changes to your subscription. As far as events, the next one on my calendar I'm very excited about. It's called Sips and Cards. It is a week from tomorrow, the 23rd. Is today? Yeah, the 23rd. And it is going to be at Roseland Hill Winery in J-Town. It is $35, and that includes your choice of wine or beer, or they do have some other refreshment options there as well. But you're going to make 4 cards, and we're going to be using two of the cards are going to be made with the Cheers and Sips stamp set and bundle. I love this bundle. It's so much fun, as well as the paper. And then the other 2, well, they're a surprise. So seating is limited. If you are interested in attending this event, you will find the registration link here in this page, as well as over on my DonnaStamps.com website. But don't wait, because like I said, seating is limited and it is starting to fill up. So you want to get be able to take advantage of that. Also, Stamp-A-Stack this month will be all occasion cards. We will start Christmas cards next month in August. That is on July 27th. You need to sign up by July 20th. 16 cards for each 4 designs for $25. Free if you place a $40 order. And of course, if you're a member of my team, one of the perks is that you get to come to some of my classes at a reduced price. So team members get to come for $16, basically $1 a card. Okay. But we had Card Buffet this past Saturday. We had so much fun. Thanks to everyone who came. It was an action-packed day with lots of people coming in and out. But Cassie and I are going to be adding another event onto our partnership calendar, and that is going to be on August the 15th, and we are going to be doing Stampin' Bunko. So we are so excited to be doing this. People have been asking for it. I've done bingo in the past, but we wanted to do something different. So it's Stamping Bunko. It is on a Friday night. Like I said, August the 15th. It is $30. You're going to make 4 cards using the same bundle, Cheers and Sips. You're going to get designer series paper and everything you need to make the card. So all 4 cards that you get during your event will be from that bundle. You have until the 11th, which is the Monday before, to sign up and register. But we are super excited about it, and all the prizes are going to be Stampin' Up! Product and or gift certificates for product. So it's just a fun way to come, spend the evening, play some bunko, and of course make some fun cards. So again, I don't have that event up. We just decided all of our details, finalized them today. So that event will be up and ready to go first thing in the morning. So you can take advantage of that. Again, that is on the 15th of August. What else? I am looking for Linda Van Meter. If you happen to know Linda Van Meter, or Linda, if you are watching the replay or are here live, please let me know because I have a card to send you. I've been waiting since the beginning of June to send this card out to you, and so I don't want to not get it to you. So if you are here or you know Linda Van Meter and can send her my way so that I can get her address, that would be much appreciated. Make sure that you are commenting, saying hello, letting me know you're here. Tell me what you'd like for me to create for you, and I'll be happy to try and do that. But your name will go into a drawing. I do 2 a night. One is for comments, and you receive the project that I did on the last live, which was this fun fold. And it goes like this. I love, love, love this paper. I'm using the heck out of it. So tonight we're going to do something different. Okay, I started to grab this again, but we're going to do something different. But I've got everybody's name in the hat. There were so many of you, and you can comment on the replay as well. You don't have to only comment on the live. Okay, so let's see who's going to get that. That is going to go to Bernice Fessler. And Bernice, I think I have your address, but I'm not positive. So if you happen to be on here or watch the replay and can send it to me, that would be wonderful. I know you're part of the Okolona Women's Club for sure, but I'm not sure I have your actual address. All right. And then, of course, if you share the video, make sure that you put the word shared in all capital letters, and your name will go into this drawing for a stack of cards. Now, I've done mail call twice last week, twice the week before. So everyone should have received all the goodies they were expecting except for Miss Linda Van Meter. But if you didn't, please let me know so I can follow up on those. But let's see who is going to get that. This is going to go to Diana Hardesty. So Diana, I know how to get a hold of you, and I will get those ready for you. I actually sat here the other night and put together all of the leftover cards I had from Card Buffet, which weren't really very many. So I have restocked my stash in addition to all the other cards in my stash. So lots and lots of fun cards are looking for new homes. So be sure that you comment. And then, of course, I always like to give out a little goodie. One thing I wanted to remind people of is lots of people have been placing orders, which I greatly appreciate. They took advantage of the 20% off the cardstock. They took advantage of the 50% off buy one, get one of all of our sweets. But several of you did not get your rewards because you didn't opt in. So make sure that if you have an online account, which everyone should have, because if I ever decide that I want to gift something to you rewards wise, you must have an online account and you must opt in for the rewards. There is an option there that says, do I want to opt in to contact information? That's just so that it's not really a marketing thing. I use Constant Contact for that, which is separate. But that is things like being able to send you a thank you card or helping you track down your order, etc. So make sure that you don't get the two confused. You want to do the one that says opt in for Stampin' Rewards. If you've placed an order recently and you don't have rewards deposited into your account, reach out to me so that I can get those fixed for you, okay? And then our freebie for online orders for this month is going to be the holographic resin dots. I love these. And the cool thing is that they pick up what they're next to. So this is kind of picking up off the glass mat, but they are so pretty. And I love that they're a little bit raised, so they add some nice texture to your project. All right. Hi, Tracy Conrad. How are you? All right. So let me put the camera down real quick, and we are going to jump in. And I'm going to show you this super fun little project. And again, very easy, limited supplies, but they make great gift ideas. So we are going to start with a piece of Daffodil Delight. This is actually what we call hot dog style cut, okay? And this is 4 1/4 by 11, and you are going to score it at 2 3/4 and at 5 1/2. So basically in half, and then one of the panels in half again, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and fold this in half and burnish it. And then what I want to do is, normally when we do a card that's scored like this, we will fold it back to make a Z fold card. But this time we're going to fold that panel toward the center so that we get a little tint like this, okay? So we're going to be making a little pop-up Post-it note holder. So I want to show you how to work that. So the next piece you're going to need is a piece that is exactly 1/4 of a sheet. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I embossed it, and then I realized I embossed it with the folder that I didn't pull out that is from Celebration, but you can pick any folder. This was, I can't remember what it was called, but any folder will work, and we're just going to go with it since I noticed just now that I had done that, okay? You also need a piece of Calypso Coral. This is 5 by 3 1/4. We need some Designer Series paper. The paper pack I'm going to use is called Florals in Bloom. This was actually one of the papers that we used in our last Club Cove, but we didn't use the floral side. We actually used the opposite side. But I want to show you this paper because it is so pretty. And the colors are gorgeous. So we're actually going to be cutting out some of the flowers. We're going to be cutting out from the pattern, but look how pretty these are. And this is part of that's a duplicate. This is part of a suite that has not one, but 2 different bundles in it. So I just love the colors. Love these patterns. You've already seen that one. You've got this one, but so many choices. There's another one. And then you have this one. And then, like I said, the back side are all kinds of different neutral patterns that you can use. And we're actually going to be using this one tonight. But lots of different choices. You've got some cloud cover. You've got pinks. So it's a very versatile paper pack that you don't necessarily have to use the florals for. We are using the florals tonight, but you don't have to. Okay, this piece you need actually 2. This one is 3 by 2.5. Then you need a strip, and I'm deciding as I make this project whether I want it to be a 1/2 inch or 1 inch. So I have 2 of those, and then I made it a little bit wider than 4 1/4 because I'm going to trim it off once I put it on my card base. And then we're going to be using the, I think it's called Everyday Arches. Oh my gosh, I am loving these. And with basic white, we are going to cut out one that is the 3rd from the smallest. So 1, 2, 3 in, and you're going to get this image. If you don't have these, you need these. There is so many things that you can do with them, including layering. And there's not 1, but 2 different stamp sets that fit within these dies. So I already did that with our basic white. And then, like I said, I die cut out, or fussy cut out just these little flowers to coordinate with our paper. So it's not a lot of stamping. It's pretty much very little. I'm going to use Memento Black, and I'm using the stamp set You Are Remarkable, and it says you are remarkable in every single way. But I love that the patterns here. Now this is shown at 80%, so you can see that it is bigger than it shows here. But I love these verticals. And then of course I've used the flowers and shown you before how this is 2-step. And then we've got this cute little bee down here at the bottom that we're gonna use as well, okay? So all I'm gonna do is ink up in my Memento. And yes, I got the Memento refill. Again, this is the, actually the uninked white craft pad. And I just got an extra one of those and used the Memento refill to fill that. I like having it much better. Let me show you the difference. Number one, this is the normal size that it comes in. It's a very small pad. It's also not our foam. It is cotton with like a little screen over the top of it. So a lot of times your images, you have to turn them upside down in order to put your ink on. And when you use it in this pad, you don't have to worry about that. Plus it stores upside down like our normal pads, so you don't have to worry about storing your Memento upside down. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this closer to the top. Just like that. And then I want to add this little bee, and I'm just going to put him right up here at the top, just like that. Okay, so again, not a lot of stamping. Then I have my Light Daffodil Delight Stamp and Blend, and I'm just going to add a little bit of yellow to my bee. And then I forgot to grab it. We'll get it. And then I have a light pool party. And I'm going to add that to the wings just to kind of make them stand out a little bit, okay? Now, you can easily do some highlighting here. And what I'm going to do is I want this to kind of pop. So all I'm going to do is take my blend and just kind of go on the outside. This technique works wonderfully when you are on a white background and you really want your words or your image to have some pop and break the harshness of the white. So if you have not tried this, it's kind of amazing just how it changes the whole look. And again, all I'm doing is just drawing a little line around the outside. So you can kind of see that it kind of enhances it and kind of highlights that image, okay? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with this piece. And I'm just going to add this designer series paper to it. And we're going to just add that right up here at the top, okay? Just like that. Now next, I'm going to add my little arch. And yes, it's longer than my designer series paper, and that is okay. Because I wanted to use, I wanted to be able to use the stamp set and it not be so crowded. So we're gonna add this, and it's okay for it to hang down. Okay, so we're gonna do it like that. All right, then this is going to go on to this flap, just like this, okay? But before I put that on, I wanna come over here, and this piece is going to attach to the bottom, okay? So what we wanna do is, I'm gonna open this up, and because this is gonna have some movement to it, I want to make sure that I put plenty of adhesive. So I'm going to even add some here in the center before I attach that down. Now I'm going to go ahead and close it up now that I've got this on. And I want to stack these right on top of each other. So I like to line it up at the top first and then press down so that I get this, okay? So I get this little fold like this. So almost like a Z fold. We've made a Z fold card like this, but instead we're gonna have it running this way, okay? So once I have that attached, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. And then I need to decide, do I want a 1/2 inch or a whole inch? I think I'm gonna go with a full inch. So I'm gonna add down here. Right, we'll add this down. And again, this is a great way to use up some of your scraps and be able to create a really cute gift for maybe a bunco person, a secret sister at an organization you belong to. Lots and lots of opportunities. Great for stocking stuffers and Christmas gifts. In fact, this is one thing that I do put into the craft bazaars that I do, and people love them. And you'll see why here in just a second. So I'm going to add some dimensionals to this panel. And again, I don't want it to get squished, so I'm going to add some extras. We'll add these. Oh, come on. Thank you. All right. So let's add him. So we're just going to center this on this panel. All right. So that goes like that. Then I have these little calendar pads. These are some new ones I just got for 2026. They have a little strip. I get them from a company called Vippies, V-I-P-P-I-E-S. And you can get them in different sizes. This one happens to be, I think it's 3 by roughly 2.5, okay? So what I wanna do with this one is I'm just going to put it right here toward the bottom of that paper and leave an edge all around. So it's okay to put in here. You'll notice I added extra adhesive to the back because you're going to be lifting this. Okay, so got that on there just like that. Okay, I'm going to take this December off. All right, and then we're going to take our little flower, and I've got some mini dimensionals. I'm just going to add those to my flower. Oh, I know something I didn't grab. Okay, take those off. I do have a card I want to do in the near future that uses these arches, and oh my gosh, you're going to love it. Okay, so we're going to add this little flower right here. Okay. And then on the inside, we want to add a Post-it note. Now, this is the normal size of Post-it notes. If you get some at the Dollar Tree, they're about half this. And I actually like to do about a half a pack just because it's a little more user-friendly, plus it doesn't make it bulky. Now, one thing you do want to do is you want to add some adhesive to the bottom, okay? And yes, even the one that has that Post-it, I pull that off and add my adhesive. And we're going to kind of center this toward the bottom, just like that, okay? And then you can see by cutting it down, it's not as thick as it would be if you had this whole pack, which makes it kind of bulky, okay? And you could always give them the other half of it that they could put down if they used up all their Post-it notes. Okay, so I've got some of the shimmer gems in these colors, and I am going to add these over here. I'll put one up there, and let's put one over here. And then I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella. I'm going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella to my flowers, just so they're just as shimmery as the gems. And I always think Wink of Stella is one of those things everybody needs. We all like glittery things. I just don't like glitter. I love glimmer paper. I love Wink of Stella. I love the shimmery gems. I just don't like glitter, because once you use it, you wear it for days and weeks, and you find it everywhere. And if you sneeze or spill it, oh my gosh. Okay, so how this works is they'll receive it like this, and then they can stand it up like this to sit on their desk. So a fun little, like I said, gift idea that you can give. I think putting the paper at the bottom just ties it all in, especially when it's open. And people just love getting these. Everyone needs a calendar close by. And of course, when you have Post-it notes, if you're like me, I go through them like water. So it, again, is a fun little gift that you can give. All right. So try this out. Use up your Designer Series paper. You can change it up. Here's one I did previously that used the celebration paper and those same yellows. And you can see the difference. You can see how thick that one is. But again, it's endless, all the different ways that you can decorate it. I've done some that are U of L and U of K, doing different papers and the letters. And like I said, people just love them as a little gift. So give that a try. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And of course, I'll have all the measurements and some extra pictures over on the Creative Cove for you. So everyone have a great week. I know we're supposed to be getting storms later tonight and overnight, so stay safe. Hopefully we don't lose our power. That would be terrible in this heat. And if you need anything, let me know. I hope to see you all at Sips and Cards. It's going to be a fun night out with the girls. And if you've never been there, you're going to love this quaint little winery. It's actually an older church that they've converted, and it is just precious. So I think you'll have a great time. Have a great rest of your week. Let me know if you need anything. And as always, thank you so much for being here and supporting me in my little business. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye, everyone.